Alright, this is Ulysses' 35th day. He smell sipped the cordial juice and, bidding his throat strongly to speed it, set his wine glass delicately down. Yes, he said, he's the organizer in point of fact. No fear, no brains. Nosy Flynn snuffled and scratched. Flea having a good square meal. He had a good slice of luck, Jack Mooney was telling me, over that boxing match Myler Keogh won against that soldier in the Portobello barracks. By God, he had the little kipper down in the country Carlo, he was telling me. Hope that dewdrop doesn't come down into his glass. No, snuffled it up. For near a month, man, before it came off, sucking duck eggs by God till further orders. Keep 'em off the booze, see? Oh, by God, Blazes is a hairy chap. Davy Byrne came forward from the hind bar in tuck-stitched shirt sleeves, cleaning his lips with 2 wipes of his napkin. Herring's blush, whose smile upon each feature plays with such and such replete. Too much fat on the parsnips. And here's himself and pepper on him, Nosy Flynn said. Can you give us a good one for the gold cup? I'm off that, Mr. Flynn, Davy Byrne answered. I never put anything on a horse. You're right there, Nosy Flynn said. Mr. Bloom ate his strips of sandwich, fresh clean bread, with relish of disgust, pungent mustard, the feedy savoir of green cheese, sips of his wine, soothed his palate, not logwood that, tastes fuller this weather, with the chill off. Nice quiet bar. Just checking what logwood is. Flowering tree in the legume family. Tree of great economic importance, 17th and 19th century. Commonly logged and exported to Europe for dyeing fabrics. Nice quiet bar. Nice piece of wood in that counter. Nicely planed. Nice the way it curves there. I wouldn't do anything at all in that line, Davy Byrne said. It ruined many a man, the same horses. Vintner's sweepstake, licensed for the sale of beer, wine, and spirits for consumption on the premises. Heads I win, tails you lose. True for you, Nosy Flynn said, unless you're in the know. There's no straight sport going now. Lenehan gets some good ones. He's giving Scepter today. Zinfandel's the favorite. Lord Howard de Walden's won at Epsom. Morny Cannon is riding him. I could have got 7-1 against Saint Amand a fortnight before. That's so, Davy Byrne said. He went towards the window. And, taking up the petty cash book, scanned its pages. I could, Faith, Nosy Flynn said, snuffling. That was a rare bit of horseflesh. Saint Frusquin was her sire. Who's that? Saint Frusquin. Frus with a Q. Frusquin. British thoroughbred racehorse and sire. Horse. 1895. She won in a thunderstorm. Rothschild's filly. With wadding in her ears. Blue jacket and yellow cap. Bad luck to Big Ben Dollard and his John O'Gaunt. He put me off it. Aye. He drank resignedly from his tumbler, running his fingers down the flutes. "Aye," he said, sighing. Mr. Bloom, champing, standing, looked upon his sigh. Nosy numbskull. Will I tell him that horse Lenehan? He knows already. Will I tell him that horse Lenehan? Better let him forget. Go and lose more. Fool and his money. Dewdrop coming down again. Cold nose he'd have kissing a woman. Still they might like. Prickly beards they like. Dogs' cold noses. Old Mrs. Riordan with the rumbling stomach's Skye Terrier in the City Arms Hotel. Molly fondling him in her lap. Oh, the big doggy bow wowsy. Wine soaked and softened rolled pith of bread mustard, a moment mawkish cheese. Nice wine it is. Tasted better because I'm not thirsty. Bath, of course, does that. Just a bite or two. Then about 6 o'clock I can. 6. Time will be gone then. She. Mild fire of wine kindled his veins. I wanted that badly. Felt so off color. His eyes unhungrily saw shelves of tins, sardines, gaudy lobster's claws. All the odd things people pick up for food. Out of shells, periwinkles with a pin, off trees, snails out of the ground, the French eat. Out of the sea with bait on a hook. Silly fish learn nothing in 1,000 years. That's kind of funny. If you didn't know risky, putting anything into your mouth. Poisonous berries. Johnny Majories. Roundness. You think is good. You think good. Roundness. You think good. Gaudy color warns you off. One fellow told another and so on. Try it on the dog first. Led on by the smell or the look. Gaudy colors warns you off. One fellow told another and so on. Try it on the dog first. Led on by the smell or the look. Tempting fruit. Ice cones. Cream. Instinct. Orange groves, for instance, need artificial irrigation. Bliebtrustrasse. Yes, but what about oysters? Let me look up this Blieb. So it's BLEIB TREUSTRAUSSE. Blieb. Oh, it's an actual street in Charlottenburg, district of Berlin, named after the painter George Bliebtrue in 1897, but its English equivalent would be something like Stay True Street, Remain Faithful Road. When Bloom thinks in the next moment, nothing doing, still an idea behind it. He is referring to Agendath Netaim proposal, and the idea is Zionism. But Bliebtrustrasse implies a second kind of idea. Yes, but what about oysters? Unsightly like a clot of phlegm. Filthy shells. Devil to open them, too. Who found them out? Garbage. Sewage they feed on. Fizz and red bank oysters. Effect on the sexual. Aphrodis. He was in the Red Bank this morning. Was he oyster old fish at table? Perhaps he young flesh in bed. No, June are no oysters. But there are people like tainted game. Jugged hare. First catch your hare. Chinese eating eggs 50 years old, blue and green again. Dinner of 30 courses, each dish harmless, might mix inside. Idea for a poison mystery. That Archduke Leopold, was it? No. Yes, or was it Otto of one of those Habsburg? Or who was it to eat the scrut off his own head? Cheapest lunch in town. Of course, aristocrats. Then the others copy to be in the fashion. Millie, 2 rock oil and flour. Raw pastry I like myself. Half the catch of oysters. They throw back in the sea to keep up the price. Cheap. No one would buy. Caviar. Do the grand. Hock in green glasses. Swell blowout. Lady this. Powdered bosom pearls. The elite. Creme de la creme. They want special dishes to pretend they are. Hermit with a platter of pulse. Keep down the stings of the flesh. Know me, come eat with me. Royal sturgeon. High sheriff. Coffee, the butcher, right to venisons of the forest from his ex. Send him back the half of a cow. Spread I saw down in the master of the rolls kitchen area. White-hatted chef like a rabbi. Combustible duck. Curly cabbage a la Duchesse de Parme. Just as well to write it on the bill of fare so you can know what you've eaten. Too many drugs spoil the broth. I know it myself. Dosing it with Edward's desiccated soup. Geese stuffed silly for them. Lobsters boiled alive. Do partake some ptarmigan. Ptarmigan. Let me open up a new tab. Ptarmigan. A northern grouse of mountainous and arctic regions with feathered legs and feet and plumage that typically changes to white in the winter. It's very pretty. Partake in the ptarmigan. Ptarmigan. Wouldn't mind being a waiter in a swell hotel. Tips, evening dress, half-naked ladies. May I tempt you to a little more filleted lemon sole, Mrs. Dudebot? Yes, do bedad. Do bedad. And she did bedad. Huguenot name, I expect that. A Miss Dubedot lived in Killinay, I remember. Du de la. French. Still, it's the same fish. Perhaps old Mickey Hanlon of Moore Street ripped the guts out of making money. Hand over first. Finger in fish's gills. Can't write his name on a check. Think he was painting the landscape with his mouth twisted. Mui kill a echa. Ha! Ignorant as a kish of brogues. Worth 50,000 pounds. Stuck on the pane, 2 flies buzzed. Stuck. Glowing wine in his palate, on his palate lingered swallowed. Crushing in the wine press grapes of Burgundy. Sun's heat it is. Seems to a scent touch, telling me memory. Touched his sense, moistened, remembered. Hidden under wild ferns on house. Below us bay, sleeping sky. No sound. The sky. The bay purple by the lion's head. Green by Drumleck. Yellow-green towards Sutton. Fields of undersea. The lines faint brown in grass. Buried cities. Pillowed on my coat she had her hair. Earwigs in the heather scrub. My hand under her nape. You'll toss me all. What is a nape? I should know that. The back of a person's neck. Ah. It'll toss me all. Oh wonder, cool soft with ointments, her hand touched me, caressed. Her eyes upon me did not turn away. Ravished, over her I lay. Full lips, full open, kissed her mouth. Yum, softly she gave me in my mouth the seed cake warm and chewed. She gave me in my mouth the seed cake warm and chewed. Seed cake. Mawkish pulp her mouth had mumbled, sweet and sour with spittle. Joy, I ate it. This is getting very sexual. Saliva, especially is ejected from the mouth. I ate it. Joy. Ulysses has a strange use of colons. I need to look up Joyce's use of the colon. Young life, her lips that gave me pouting. Soft, warm, sticky gum jelly lips. Flowers her eyes were. Take me, willing eyes. Pebbles fell. She lay still, a goat. No one. High on Ben House rhododendrons, a nanny goat walking, sure-footed, dropping currants. That's a jelly. A grape variety. Screened under ferns, she laughed warm-folded. Wildly I lay on her, kissed her eyes, her lips, her stretched neck beating, woman's breast full in her blouse of nun's veiling. Fat nipples upright, hot I tongued her. She kissed me, I was kissed, all yielding she tossed my hair. Kissed, she kissed me and me now. Stuck, the flies buzzed. It used to be two flies buzzed, stuck. Now it's stuck, the flies buzzed. It's like sexual. I'm gonna stop there for today.